Okay, folks, welcome back for lesson 2, your at-home lesson for those of you in school, or just another at-home lesson for your virtual students. Looking at graphing linear inequalities. We have already dealt with some solving inequalities. We did solving equations and then solving inequalities and saw that they were very, very similar. Just like that, we have graphing linear equations and graphing linear inequalities, very, very similar, okay? So looking at this right here, we see y is greater than x minus 2, greater than x minus 2. We see that the line is dotted. This is very similar to that open dot we saw in our inequalities already, the open dot. This dotted line means that any point on this line is not included in this inequality. Now, we also see that this is shaded blue up here because y is greater than x minus 2. This line is x minus 2, which we graphed just like our linear equations we just practiced. The minus 2 right here is our y-intercept, and our slope is 1 over 1, 1 over 1. And so we draw a dotted line here, and we sketch up top because it says greater than. So we sketch up, not sketch, what's the word I'm looking for? Shade. Should we shade up top here? Now, looking at this example over here, very similar, except y is less than or equal to 2x plus 2. We now see a solid line, The reason for this is because of this equal sign here. That is very similar to our closed dot we saw on inequalities already. And because it says y is less than, we're going to shade underneath. Okay, let's practice some of these. So we have just a regular equation here, ignoring our inequality, just a regular equation here, 1/2 x minus 3, telling me that I'm going to want a point at -3, and my rise is 1. From this point, I go up 1 over 2, up 1 over 2. Now, because it is y is less than or equal to, less than, no equal to, this is going to be a dotted line, So I'm just going to dot it like this. Obviously, yours will look a lot nicer than mine because you're not using a mouse. And because it says less than, we are going to shade underneath. We're going to shade this portion underneath the line. And that's it. Everything else is very similar to graphing linear functions, except the dotted line or the shading. Okay. Looking at this next one, we have y is greater than or equal to -3x minus 4. Again, we'll just start out by graphing this. -3 implies that our slope is -3 over 1, which is down 1, 2. I'll pretend there's a 3, enough for a 3 here, and I'll do that. I can also go in the other way. And now, should it be a solid line or a dotted line? It should be solid because we have an equal to right here. So I'm going to make a solid line throughout all these points. Okay. And we have minus, we did the y-intercept, we did the slope, and now we need to worry about the greater than. Because it's greater than, we should put it above. We should shade above. So this is shading above the line, right here, above the line. And that's it. Now, we also need to be able to, let me erase all this. We also need to be able to recognize an equation from a inequality graph. So I know that we're going to start out with y equals for this problem, just y. And then because it's shaded underneath, I know it's going to be less than. Because of the dotted line, I know there's no equal to here. Now we need our y-intercept, which is -3, and our slope, which is down 1, 2, 3. Oh, let's try another whole dot. We got a dot here, and we got a dot here. So let's try this one. Down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and over 3. So that's going to be a slope of -5 because it's going down, over 3x. Let's try one more. So we have a y-intercept of -2. It's shaded above, so I know it's going to be greater than. It's a whole line, a solid line, so that's going to be equal to. Now we just need a slope, and our slope is down 1 over 1, down 1 over 1. That's -1 over 1. Negative 1 divided by 1 is the same as negative 1, which is the same as just having a negative here. Okay, that's our final answer. Okay, folks, this is our last topic we're going to learn for this unit. Next week, we are going to have our review on Monday, Tuesday, and then our test on Wednesday, Thursday. That test will be online. You'll get more details on that test next week, okay? We have the test topics right here. Please make sure that you are going through this checklist. And if you don't know any of these vocabulary words, first step, you can Google it. But if you're still unclear, please email me and I'll let you know specifics on what I expect from you. Okay, thank you so much for watching and keep working hard.